Hi all, I hope you're doing well today. It is an extremely cold and windy day and it is rainy as anything in my area. My name is Alex from Copy with Alex. This vlog is basically about my chaotic life as a vlogger, podcast, video editor, and social media content creator, manager, whatever I am supposed to be. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to make this video a little bit more slowed down. Instead of me just watching my videos on speed, I'm just going to record it like this at the moment first, meaning I record myself first and then I'll just overlay it on top of my day. Anyway, so yeah, I think a lot of you guys want to know, is the skylight fixed? Yes and no. So there's a temp fix. I left you guys on the idea of that I was still waiting for the handyman. Due to complications, no, he did not arrive. I had at least a second guy who was coming the next day. And yeah, he was fantastic. He contacted me. He kept in contact with me. We organized on the Saturday that he come in. He brought wood and all the sealant tools and stuff like that. It was a temporary fix. So at least I knew that I would have leaks, but it wasn't going to be a full-on flood. So like literally my house would have been flooded again today if he hadn't pitched up. So this week on Saturday, he's going to come and actually now uninstall the temporary fix and reinstall a new skylight for me. And yeah, fantastic. I know he'll be here at least. Otherwise, I think the next thing you guys want to know is, who am I and why on earth did I start this business adventure? So let's start with the second question, because that seems to be in my head the shorter question. Basically, it sounds silly, but as I've been growing up, I've been told never to take risks. And I'm not talking about like, jumping off a bridge or something like that. I'm talking about like, do not go into something without a backup plan. Do not do this without this. Do not do that without this. And it wasn't drilled into my mind, as a teenager or a young adult. This was drilled into me as a young child. So I already had a very fearful personality trait of mine. I was basically a scaredy cat. My mother basically called me Piglet because I was that type of character from Winnie the Pooh. And yeah, my mom and dad basically had drilled that into me. A lot of other things did shape my personality, but it was really, really a core thing that do not take the risk. They are scary. You're not going to do well. You're going to fail. And so I never was allowed to do that. I could talk about my ventures and stuff like that. And if I wanted to do it, it was a no, don't do it. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do well in it. So that was kind of my feeling back then. Now I've been going through a lot of therapy and I've decided to take a risk on that I'm now going to do this. And how I became good at what I'm doing, well, a little bit of my mother and father actually were both involved in this. They both kind of loved that I was very artistic. So not autistic, artistic. So, and I seemed to be good with video editing and I was enjoying the creative process, adding music. I actually really, really enjoyed it. And my last job actually gave me the opportunity to learn a lot of what I could be, which was the social media manager, which I would then create or be given video footage, edit it, do the whole, planning of times and this and that and the other, making the reels, making the short form content basically, and then moving on to newsletters and things like that. I learned that from a really good person who was being a mentor for me at that stage. And I just decided it's time. It's time for me to make my own decisions and start my own business. So yes, it's freaking scary, but we'll see what happens. And I kind of want you guys to see what actually happens and let's see if it's going to be a success or what we're going to learn from it. I have been a very much of a person who's now been focused on thinking of the positives, not in the, over positive factor, but like seeing the positive side of things. Yes, it's absolutely crap, but yeah, you'll kind of also figure out through these videos why I am who I am. But in a nutshell, this is who I am. Let me just think about this for a moment. A lot of people also kind of said that they were impressed with my stuff. So I'm now like where are you guys? You said you were impressed. Now, why are you not hiring me or telling people about me? Anyway, yeah. So when I have spoken to a couple of people, they are still part of my sales routine at the moment of asking them and reminding them, like, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? And obviously I'm doing that in a respectful way. But one of the couple things is people get so freaked out about how much work and effort there is. Okay, let's start that one again. So when I've been speaking to these people, it's more of the fact of there is so much to do. How can I do it without overloading myself? And that's actually what I've been enjoying, is like I've been helping people figure out, like, we can do all of this, but what is the easiest thing for you? And then making it happen. So yeah, I've helped already 2 people, though they've been more of my portfolio people. And yeah, we just start off small and continue on from there. So I'm that person who's going to figure out what the best way to help you is, what's the most budget friendly we can start at, and then we progress from there. That's kind of my idea. Okay, back to what I was saying about myself. Now you are going to learn, who am I? I am the Jane of all trades. Yes, I have basically made that as my gamer tag as well, but yeah, that is who I am really. I just know a little about a lot is what I say. I'm from a family who is divorced. I have 2 fur children and 3 cat children. I've always loved to learn and kind of landed up teaching. That I can say that my parents have been the reasons for that. I have a wide variety interest in music, literally from classic, opera, French. If you know Edith Piaf, that's the person who I was kind of growing up with, all the way to heavy metal, dramatic rock, and yeah, just it's extremes. And I really enjoy music that has a story to tell. Let's put it like that. And then my biggest thing I'm doing now is I am learning, hopefully there is a process to be a Krav Maga instructor if all goes well. But right now I am basically focusing on Krav Maga as a practitioner, as a student, and just love for self-defense. And that's just because I believe we all need to stay safe. And I have an awesome partner, and he will stay as my partner to keep his privacy. So yeah, that's who I am. And my work experience, oh my goodness. In a nutshell, bartender, a waitress. I've been like a leadership council workshopper person. I was working on a farmyard and they did a leadership camp thing. I was a librarian at a school for a bit, and then I did a little bit of teaching art as just an extra subject for them. And then due to my ex, I then became a sales rep back in my hometown because I had moved away to another town at that stage. I was a sales rep, I was a coding teacher, I've been an au pair, I've been an IT technician, teacher of various and diverse subjects as well. And then my last job was virtual receptionist. That kind of, yeah, and just so you know, I'm 36 going on 37. So I've had quite a career in my life already. People always say that they should only be doing 7 or 5 to 7 changes of their careers or change of jobs. I think I overextended that one by a bit, but yeah. Then I'm also a survivor of my mother's passing. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's dementia. She passed away in 2024 April, and yeah, that was not really a pleasant experience because I think we suffered. I say we because it's nothing we both wanted in our lives. She basically was diagnosed 4 or 5 years ago and probably had it earlier on, as they say that the symptoms usually start about 5-7 years before that. So anyway, and I'm not really on speaking terms with my father. This is my choice, not his. And no, you won't find out much about that information. But yes, that is kind of who I am in a nutshell. I'll share more on my journey as life goes on. If you guys have any questions that you'd like to know, you are welcome to comment below and I will try and answer them. I won't guarantee you're going to get a full-on truth answer. It'll be as truthful as possible. Yeah, it depends on my privacy and how far it goes through my boundaries. I just will give you an idea of what's happening. Otherwise, I would love to find out what you guys would like to see on my journey. And yeah, Right now, it is still pouring with rain. There's drips in the kitchen, and I am looking forward to another day where I can actually just go out and drive around. Yeah, and then I'll take you guys with me. Otherwise, have a fantastic day and keep safe. Bye for now.